Ukraine claimed its biggest victory with its biggest strikes since the war began in February this year, destroying large number of tanks and advancing more than 40 kilometers in a day. Ukrainian tanks advancing and moving ferociously towards the occupied Kherson city in Ukraine. In a major breakthrough, the Kiev forces attacked the Russian defenses in the south of Ukraine. Counter-attacking forces recaptured a number of towns and villages on the banks of Dnipro River. At least 31 Russian tanks and one multiple rocket launcher were destroyed in the route. The Ukrainian army was moving on towards Kherson, the first major city to fall to Russia after the invasion. The whole of the Kherson region was declared part of Russia by Vladimir Putin, along with 3 other regions following the referendums. Russian officials admitted they have lost control of more territories and the troops are on the run. Speaking to a Russian state television, the Kremlin regional leader Vladimir Seldo said that there was a settlement right along the Dnipro River in the region where there was a breakthrough. According to a Russian Defense Ministry spokesperson, Igor Konoshenkov, numerically superior Ukrainian tanks had driven a deep wedge south of Zalota Balka, a village that marked the previous front line on the Dnipro. According to him, Russians killed about 130 Ukrainian troops in the fight, while Ukraine said 500 Russians were killed in the fight. According to Mr. Seldo, 2 Ukrainian battalions tried to reach the hydroelectric station at Nova Kakhovka, 44 kilometers east of Kherson city, down the river that bisects the country, to cut off supplies to 25,000 Russian soldiers. A military analyst, Olesnarov, said that the Russian army has already lost the ability to attack and also could further lose the ability to defend themselves. Another humiliating blow for Putin came with the collapse in the south after Ukraine retook the eastern city of Liman. Liman fell to Russia after weeks of brutal fighting in the summer and became a major logistics hub, supplying the front line, but invaders dumped their weapons and fled hours after Putin held a rally in Moscow declaring that the 4 annexed regions were Russians forever. According to the Ukraine's defense ministry, around 5,000 men were encircled and that almost all the Russian troops in Liman had been redeployed either into body bags or into captivity. Further advances were reported in Luhansk region, which Russia has totally controlled since the spring. According to military TV, reports claimed that Ukrainians were moving towards the Russian hill towns of Kremina and Svatov in the city of Luhansk. In his nightly address, Ukraine's President Vladimir Zelensky, without going into the details, said new population centers have been liberated in several regions. Heavy fighting is going on in several sectors of the front as troops retreated in Ukraine. Chaos continued back in Russia over Putin's call-up of at least 300,000 reservists. Tens of thousands of young Russians have fled over borders to escape the draft, and some have even resorted to self-inflicting horrific injuries. Despite a devastating strike on his tank, a Russian soldier manages to escape the attack. Footage shows the Ukrainian army targeting the heavy vehicle, ripping apart the head of the tank. Behind the white smoke, a man is seen rushing out of the commander's hatch. Russia has been suffering defeat after defeat since Ukrainian forces launched a major counter-offensive to retake the Russian-controlled territories, including the annexed region. Vladimir Putin annexed 4 Ukrainian regions in a bid to deter NATO allies for providing military assistance to Ukraine. $625 million military aid package has been announced by the US President Joe Biden to Ukraine. This includes additional advanced rocket systems to help the country's military gain momentum in its war with Russia. And a French leader, Emmanuel Macron, has pledged an additional €100 million package to help Ukraine purchase weapons.
Давай виходь.